Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission IEBC for next year's general election has been questioned by members of parliament. The MPs now want the Electoral Commission to shed more light on the matter, as our senior political affairs reporter Elizabeth Mutuku now reports.
With less than a year to the next year's general election, members of parliament have laid fears on the credibility of the election, raising questions on IEBC preparedness.
Then this is a matter that can be discussed even with the Treasury. Let the Treasury also be invited. And so that we are clear that IEBC has no excuse at all. We don't want excuses, Mr. Speaker. And I can see already, chances are that if we just keep quiet, chances are that IEBC is going to have excuses again for conducting sham election next year, which I'm sure this House is not ready for, and this country certainly would not be ready for.
Last time during the general election, the coverage was about 70% or so. And in terms of preparedness, because the law is clear in terms of the transmission of the results, the Communication Authority also need to tell the Kenyans to what extent is the 3G coverage, Mr. Speaker.
In a heated debate, MPs sought to know the delay in funding of the commission, which according to IEBC through its chairman Wafula Chebukati may derail the whole process next year.
From insider information within the committee that there is an intent to meet IEBC possibly within this week, with your permission, Mr. Speaker, so that the House can be duly updated and the House can be, well guided in terms of the preparations we are having, instead of hearing those things we are hearing out there. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
There may be some truth that they've not received all the money, but I believe they are going to get the money. And if they do not get the money, then they should come to this house, which is the budgeting house in Kenya, and we are able to speak to Treasury. They get the money they need, because next year's elections must be credible, must be verifiable, and must be to the excellent standards that every Kenyan actually wishes.
IEBC had raised concerns on two issues that threaten to derail the voting process unless resolved. First, the Commission submitted a draft of laws to Parliament for review and enactment to facilitate a transparent, fair and credible polls, MPs rejecting the finance capping laws which have been lying in Parliament for the last 4 years.
It is true what Honorable
IEBC made budgetary proposals to the National Treasury seeking 40 billion shillings for the polls. However, this was drastically slashed to 26.3 billion shillings.
Well, away from that emotion